What's up guys, Shouri here, and today I'm going to tell you about the new meta that works really well on Shutter Island, but also works really well on Deserted Valley. I'll show you both, and if you're just interested in the timestamps, I think it's at 4:47. Here in a little bit I will type in exactly the timestamp, but I'll show you the loadouts for both guns there, and it is absolutely insane what you can do with these guns. And what it is basically just a hipfire slash like mid-range build of an AR97, which gives you an insane capability to kill people up close with hipfire for the AR97, but with a 3x scope you can still hit people from really far away. And yes, we did just get a back-to-back triple overkill like it's nothing, because this combo is insane. And then you just have like a standard like mid-range build for the P90 where you don't really need to go for that much hipfire, you just need just enough, and then you need your range. And it is such a good combo because you can do that to people. Like, do you know how insane it is to kill someone in 2 shots? And yes, this build can kill someone in 2 shots to the head with yellow armor. I'm not even lying. If you hit 5 out of the 6 bullets as headshots, the AR97 will kill yellow armor in 2 hip-fired headshots, which is actually just hilarious. And the best part about this build is it's a run-and-gun type thing. That's why it works so well in this map, but it also works really well in Deserted Valley. You have a little bit of different strategies, but right here, I was literally 1 bullet. We turn around, hit our Volt ability, and it's just crazy how fast they die. Yeah, so it's 4 minutes, 47 seconds for those who just want to know what the gun builds are. For everyone else, I'll show you how to use it. So right here, we see this guy through the window, and as you can see, you don't really lose that much by going for more hipfire on the AR97. As long as you have enough stuff and you don't go with too much negative range, you still get really good damage at range, and in that medium range, you are just killing people. You do have to be careful because you're no longer a super long range gun, but I mean, you get used to it really quick, and the fact that you can just hipfire and instantly destroy people is crazy. Especially when you respawn on this map where you don't always have time to buy 2 guns. It's nice to have a gun that you can get mid-range and long-range at the same time. And one thing that kind of sucked there was when you do switch to the AR97, it takes a little bit before you can shoot. So when I ran out of ammo, it just absolutely screwed me. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Luckily, we were able to get some of the kills on the spawn. And as I said, you can demolish people from range still. And that's why I do use the hipfire build on the AR97 instead of just the normal long-range one. Because there just seems to be so much more beneficial like stuff to having it close range than just like neutering yourself. And at long range, you still are pretty effective. I do want to make sure that if you're used to the AR97 the way it is normally, you cannot kill people at like insane range anymore. Like the bullets just literally won't even do anything to them at a certain point. So you do have to figure out that sweet spot of the just middle area and the middle ground. And right there, I got so screwed. I don't know if they were playing together or if I just got unlucky. I doubt they're playing together because, I mean, that doesn't happen that much on Shutter Island. Either way, we were able to go ahead and go back in. And luckily for me, those 2 actually ran into somebody else. So the Emma goes down to a different Emma, and then his buddy just ran away on the Nacho. And then I go in. All I have to do is get the Emma. One big thing when you're hip firing with the AR97, it's super uncomfortable at first. You do have to make sure you're leading your shots. Remember, you have a burst of 3 bullets. You can't be right on them when they're moving because at least 2 of your bullets will miss. You do have to go where they're going, and that can be a little difficult to get down at first. So it may not work out really good at the beginning, and you do have to have pretty good aim. And remember, you can always scope in, and if you need to switch to a 2x scope or 3x, it doesn't really matter. Either one, whatever works for you. I like to use the 3x because, I mean, anything really close, I can just go ahead and no scope. So I do like to use the 3, but you can use any scope that you feel comfortable with. So don't think that you're locked into using one or the other. But one thing that's really sure is if you get really close, you want to be using your P90 because it's just so good. The only times that I recommend you going the AR97, if you have the choice between the two, is if you're kind of behind in the fight, because you can just absolutely demolish people with how fast it kills. And that's what I love about this combo the most. You have the benefits of the P90, which everyone knows, and then you have the AR97 as a long-range weapon that also works as a second short range. Like, you literally can't get better bang for your buck out of your two weapons, and also you kind of conserve ammo pretty well on your AR97 because of the way it shoots slow and burst. So it just seems to work out really good economy-wise for both your assault rifle and your SMG ammo. And the fact that they take different ammos also helps you just be able to stack ammo and not end up running out like if you were to run double SMG or double AR. So it's just really good combo, so that's the best part about having two short range guns that take the different bullets. But right there, we are able to go ahead and get the kill with the P90 from pretty good distance, and that's another great thing about this gun, is anywhere up close you can just hip fire and hit pretty much every bullet, and then in that medium to long range, like, it's crazy what you can do with a 2x scope on this gun. I have heard a lot of people don't like that, so the build I made that I showed you guys earlier has a 1x green dot on it, but you can also use this thing with no scope at all. It just depends on how your playstyle is, and one of my things that I like to do is kill people from as far away as possible, because you can take on more people at once that way. If you have to 1v4, having as much distance so you can isolate people is the best way to do it, so that's kind of why I chose to use a 2x a lot of the time. But right now I'm actually running no scope on the P90, and that's just killing it on Shutter Isles. But right here we are on Deserted, and this right here is like one of the craziest things about the AR97 build that I have. That's kind of like a hybrid hipfire where you still get so much range that you don't actually lose that much even on a range map like this. And right here we are able to just get the people up close, going ahead using our P90. And as much as I do love this AR97, the P90 is just so crazy. Like, you could hit fire from an insane distance. Luckily, we were able to go ahead and get that Emma, and then we're able to go ahead and advance. And it's just kind of brutal how much damage you can do with both these weapons. So even if you run out of ammo on one, you have the other. And if you're like me and you like these up close fights where you can use things like movement, like, there is almost no better combo even on big maps like this. I mean, it's kind of crazy how much damage we just did from like an insane distance with this gun. And these guys definitely didn't like fighting each other. That's cool, but it doesn't matter, because right here we're going to go ahead, just use our movement with our axe to go shift ourselves out in front, pull out the AR97 and demolish him. And this right here is one of my favorite sequences of kills I probably ever had. So we did finally see these guys out on the side, and we were just a little late, so it didn't immediately let us get the kills we wanted. Sadly, we didn't get the double, and I did chase down and gave up my map position to be able to get that, so it kind of sucks having to come back up here now that there's two people randomly here. So thankfully they were fighting each other, one went down, and it's just crazy what this gun can do. I really like the MP5 as well, but this gun just actually outclasses it in like so many different ways, just because of the speed that it shoots. It's so much quicker that you can just do brutal amounts of damage. Remember, headshots don't really matter that much. Just go for the body in the middle. That way you get all of the uptime on your shots, because it is much more important to hit a ton of body shots with this gun than worry about any headshots. And I'm not gonna lie, on this map, you definitely want to use like the 2x scope for your P90. Anything closer, you can hip fire if you need to, and it just helps you with those long range fights like we were just doing. And not all the time you're gonna want to switch over to your AR97, especially if you're not as good with it. and you can replace that with other things. There's things like hipfire scars. There's other different combos that can go with it that are like hipfire ARs that kind of can do the same thing that are easier, because this is definitely a combo that takes more skill than not. Like, so you do have to take some time to get used to hip firing the AR97. It's not like really any other gun, so it does take a lot of like muscle memory and skill that are unique to it that you have to learn, because you just don't have the fact that, like, if you know how to use the AK, you know how to use the SCAR. It doesn't work that way. So you do kind of have to, like, get that skill down. So if it doesn't work out that great just at the first, like, you need to give it just a little bit of time until you can get used to it. It's something that you probably don't do that much, because it is something that's just really niche. So if you aren't good at it at first, like, no one is. So don't take it as you just are bad or can't do it. It just takes some time to practice. Right there, we see the guy on our radar. He's definitely above us, which was a little confusing. And then he dropped in with a shotgun, and that was almost like super bad. Luckily, we were able to get him, and then we hip fire the driver through the window, and only 4 people left. Luckily, they do actually start killing each other up on top of this building. So I'm just going to go straight up there, and then I look for him. Sadly, our information's a little old, so I don't know exactly where they are. And then we use our little B to make sure that we're good off the fall damage to get right back in the fight. And then I wait down there and let them just kill each other and go straight back up. We're going to use our P90 and absolutely melt the guy. And it is just insane what you can do. And I also love to make sure that I kill my downs with the AR97, because they're not moving at that point, and you can just kill them so fast with that, and it conserves a lot of your ammo. And that's why you'll see that a lot where I'll switch, because it's just 2 shots. You conserve so much ammo doing it that way, and you will waste a ton of bullets spraying it with the P90. So something just to think about. And also, if someone else comes up on you, you won't run out of ammo as easily because of it. So just one of the little tricks that I found that works with this. But sometimes if you're in a rush especially, you might just go ahead, go in, and get those kills anyways. I have no idea what that guy was doing. But if you guys would like to know any other combos that have good loadouts, let me know in the comments below, and I'll make it. Alright guys, have a great day.